Geometry. In this chapter, you will understand what is geometry in math, 2D shapes in geometry, 3D shapes in geometry, solved examples on geometry, and practice problems on geometry. What is geometry in math? Geometry is a branch of mathematics that studies the sizes, shapes, positions, angles, and dimensions of things. 2D shapes in geometry. Flat shapes like squares, circles, and triangles are a part of flat geometry and are called 2D shapes. These shapes have only two dimensions, the length and the width. Examples of 2D shapes in flat geometry are as shown below: circle, triangle, square, and rectangle. 2D shapes can be further classified as open shapes and closed shapes. Open shapes can be defined as a shape or figure whose line segments and slash or curves do not meet. They do not start and end at the same point. Closed shapes are geometric shapes that begin and end at the same point. 3D shapes in geometry. In geometry, a three-dimensional shape can be defined as a solid figure or an object or shape that has three dimensions: length, width, and height. Unlike two-dimensional shapes, three-dimensional shapes have thickness or depth. The attributes of a three-dimensional figure are faces, edges, and vertices. The three dimensions compose the edges of a 3D geometric shape. A cube, rectangle, prism, sphere, cone, and cylinder are the basic three-dimensional shapes we see around us. Angle. In geometry, an angle can be defined as a figure formed by two rays meeting at a common endpoint. An angle is represented by the symbol. Angles are measured in degrees using a protractor. For example, 45 degrees is represented as 45 degrees. The angles are classified based on their measures as an acute angle, which measures less than 90 degrees, an obtuse angle, which is between 90 degrees and 180 degrees, a right angle, which precisely measures 90 degrees, a straight angle, which is an angle measuring exactly 180 degrees, a reflex angle, which measures between 180 degrees to 360 degrees. Acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle, and compute angle. The vertex of a shape where two edges meet form an angle. Different shapes in geometry have different angle measures. For example, a triangle is a three-sided shape and the sum of its three interior angles is 180 degrees. A square, rectangle, or quadrilateral are four-sided shapes and the sum of their four interior angles is 360 degrees. Other polygons like the pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon have 5, 6, 7, and 8 sides respectively and varying angles. Examples of different polygons with their angles and sides are shown below: triangle, square, pentagon, and hexagon. Coordinate planes. A coordinate plane is a 2D surface formed by using two number lines that intersect with each other at the right angle. The horizontal number line is the x-axis and the vertical number line is the y-axis. The intersection of the two axes is the 0, 0 coordinate. Using the coordinate plane, we plot points, lines, etc. By joining various points on the coordinate plane, we can create shapes. We use formula and theorems to solve geometry problems. A formula is a mathematical equation to solve a geometry problem, while a theorem is a statement that is proved using previously known facts. For example, the Pythagoras theorem proved that a square plus b square is equal to c square for a right angle triangle, where a and b are the sides of the right angle triangle and c is the hypotenuse. However, a square plus b square is equal to c square is the formula for finding the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle. Fun facts. The word geometry is made from the Greek words geo, meaning earth, and metri, meaning measurement. So geometry means earth measurement. Solved examples on geometry. Is the given shape an example of a simple closed curve that is also a polygon? Solution. A closed shape that does not cross itself is a simple closed curve. Polygons are closed shapes formed of only straight angles like triangles, rectangles, pentagons, and so on. The given figure is curved and is not made of only straight lines. This is not a polygon. 2. In a triangle ABC, right angled at B, if C is equal to 45 degrees, what is the measure of A? Solution. ABC is the given right angle triangle with B is equal to 90 degrees. Sum of the angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So, A plus B plus C is equal to 180 degrees. A plus C is equal to 180 minus 90 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. But C is equal to 45 degrees, hence A is 90 degrees minus 45 degrees, which is 45 degrees. Identify the flat surfaces in the given prism. Solution. The flat surfaces in the prism are as given below. Rectangle AECB, rectangle DCEF, rectangle ABDF form the rectangular faces of the prism. BCD and AEF form the triangular faces of the prism. Practice problems on geometry. Try doing them on your own. Which of the following is a closed curve? Option A, option B, option C, option D, or none of them. Which of the following is a 3D shape? Option A, option B, option C, option D, or none of them. How many sides and corners does the given figure have? 10 sides and 10 corners, 12 sides and 10 corners, 5 sides and 5 corners, 18 sides and 5 corners. Thank you for watching. Give your answers in the comment box below.